Today's horoscope and tarot from Astrocademy, Scorpio March 21, 2022. Today's Mercury node connection suggests you might make some meaningful connections. You have a strong desire to know that your future is relatively secure and that achieving your goals will satisfy you in the long run. Information can be in the offing that supports your finances or current business interests. You're seeking a little more meaning to what you do, and inspiration seems to come readily to you now, mainly related to far-reaching goals, your life calling, or career objectives. The Moon's North Node is transiting your solar second house until mid-2023, encouraging you to get money matters sorted. Personal income, possessions, and values are in strong focus. Before the Moon concludes its journey through mystifying Scorpio and your erotic 8th house of sexual chemistry, collaborations, and intimate unions, it will form a harmonious trine enchanting Neptune in Pisces via your secretive 12th house of unconscious patterns and all things behind the scenes. Are you telepathically in touch with your lover? Sounds far-fetched, but not so much when Mercury is retrograde, let alone while Jupiter swims through the depths of numinous Pisces. In harmony with powerhouse Pluto, your intuition is skyrocketing at this time, but it's important to be mindful of your need to control the situation. Pay attention to talk about career, image, and value today. As Mercury retrograde trines the North Node in Taurus, there could be miscommunication or misunderstanding of the supposed value of professional aspects. However, whatever comes out is destined, as the North Node represents fate. With this in mind, you should think about any mistakes that may have happened throughout the day, such as Freudian slips about work and money. It could even allude to receiving your coworker's pay stub instead of yours, or overhearing something that changes your professional perspective. Before leaving your financial sector today, the Moon will cross the lunar nodes for the first time since they returned to your two money houses last week. For the next 18 months, the lunar nodes will police a balance between money coming in and money going out, with the Moon giving you your first close read of this balancing act in play. A naturally harmonious atmosphere exists between you and your private sphere. You are increasingly at the center of things and are an important person of reference, which could place extra burdens on you. You have an abundance of energy for yourself, your family and friends, and are strong, calm, and harmonious, strengthening family bonds. You can be sure that your loved ones will return your support when you need it. You are the first to arrive and the last to leave. You are the kind of person who always seems to be everywhere at once. Perhaps it's time to make yourself more available to you-know-who. You encourage others to be as enthusiastic about life as you are. Your fresh approach, combined with a laid-back attitude, is bewitching for potential dates. Be careful when faced with choices to ask yourself how serious this person's interest is in you. A short flirtation or the start of a more serious relationship. The decisions you make every day end up determining the path you take, so why not slow down a bit? I'm not suggesting you come to a full stop, so don't head for the couch. But it would be a good idea to clear the excess clutter, i.e. seemingly large looming problem that really, once you get a little perspective, are details, out of your head. Active meditation is a good way to accomplish this. Try committing yourself to yoga, or at least deep breathing exercises 3 times a week. You will notice those big decisions seem to take care of themselves, as if by magic. Opportunities to make some extra money may come knocking on your door on this day. This is a natural occurrence on this day. Before you commit to anything though, be sure of 2 things. First, make sure you have enough time in your existing schedule. Secondly, be certain that you are prepared to go whatever distance is necessary to see things through to completion. This can be a challenge for you at the best of times. Your tarot reading for today. The Hanged Man, Wheel of Fortune, and the Fool. The cards evoke a sense of wistfulness. You can spend time thinking about what you could have done if you had taken another path, or who you would have been if you had taken a different decision. You're an emotional person and you feel the need to externalize what you have in your heart. While it is true that you like to remember the past, you keep a close eye on the future, and today this is your usual attitude. You ask yourself a lot of questions, and are looking for answers to drive away the doubt you are feeling at the moment. This is a positive state of mind, which should enable you to advance on your life path, and carry out the projects you are interested in. The cards highlight decisive progress in your life in April 2022. This should lead you to make an important decision and stick to it. Your draw shows that you are an intuitive and deep person. You have used these spiritual and intellectual qualities to choose the most rewarding way for you. Your draw highlights a fundamental dilemma between feelings and reason that could happen in April 2022. After this transitional period, the cards evoke a bright future in which you can blossom alongside a man. In the medium term, things should become easier for you, especially on an emotional level, with this idea of balance highlighted in your draw. The questions you are asking today could finally be answered and dispel the fears and doubts you are feeling at the moment. Our eyes in the sky. You might also feel like your money is restricted and you're unable to spend what you want to due to financial constraints that are controlling and obstructing your life. Starting a savings plan will allow you to grow your finances into the future. It's time to put your pennies away for a rainy day, because that rainy day could come sooner than you think. It will also give you some cash so you can buy a few treats on a whim without worrying so much about the price. You might be ignoring your goals and spending more than you're saving. Try to stick to your budget, and don't let your emotions lure you into spending more than you have or maxing out your credit cards. Abortive energy from healing asteroid Chiron is with you this afternoon, encouraging you to put yourself first and step into a leadership role. Your communication skills and mental clarity could take a small hit, and the moon forms an unbalanced aspect to Mercury later in the afternoon. If you've been working hard all day, now would be a good time to take a break and indulge in a healthy snack. As evening falls, you'll likely be in the mood for adventure and socialization. If you can swing it, try to make some plans to meet your best pals for dinner, and be sure to try out a place you've never been to before. We might realize that despite planning and study, we are fundamentally off the mark in some area, which necessitates reviewing our habits or beliefs. Embarrassment can prompt us to hide from the issue, filling up our time with tasks or distracting ourselves with unhealthy vices. Life itself is a learning curve, so be gentle with yourself. Admitting that we don't know everything is important. If we had all the answers, there would be nothing left to discover, and life would quickly lose its luster. This auspicious transit encourages us to embrace risk-taking and keep an open mind and encountering new information, polarizing ideologies, or unusual beliefs. Trusting our intuition and following synchronistic breadcrumb trails increases the likelihood that we will collide with serendipity. This is an ideal influence to make investments or accept a travel or educational opportunity. We might take up new hobbies or adopt a spiritual or philanthropic practice that affords greater community engagement. New people who enter our lives now will revolutionize how we participate in life's cosmic game.